two things. One, நாங்க எல்லாருமே வாலண்டியர்ஸ். We don't take money or anything. அது இல்லாம we also do not take any single penny from any of our member community. இது எல்லாமே
Very good.
சுய சேவை
Amazing.
மனப்பான்மையோட பண்ணிட்டு
Amazing.
இருக்கோம். தேங்க்யூ. அதே மாதிரி வி ஹவ் ஆல்சோ பீன் பிளஸ்ட் வித் ஸ்பான்சர்ஸ். ஏன்னா யூஎஸ்ல வந்து ஏதாவது ஒரு ஈவெண்ட் கண்டக்ட் பண்றதுன்னா அது வந்து மணி இல்லாமல் பண்ண முடியாது. 2 day ஈவெண்ட் வித் ஃபுட்டு லாவிஷா, 3 times a day வித் ஸ்நாக்ஸ் எல்லாமே பண்ணி லாஸ்ட் இயர் வி டிட் இட் இன் 2 day ஈவெண்ட். அதனால இந்த தடவையும் 2 days பண்ணலான்னு பிளான். அண்ட் வி ஆர் ஆல்சோ பிளஸ்ட் வித் like-minded sponsors in the community. Our friends talk about them. Nevertheless, இதுதான் ஒரு ஓவர்வியூ. இப்போதைக்கு 3 சாப்டர் இருக்கு. அதுதான் உங்களுக்கு முருகப்பன் உங்களுக்கு ஃப்ளையர் அனுப்பிச்சிருக்காரு. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் சாப்டர் வாஸ் இன் நியூ ஜெர்சி. அதுக்கப்புறம் வி லான்ச்ட் இட் இன் சிகாகோ அண்ட் தென் அகெயின் இன் டாலஸ். And then we are planning to launch at least another 5 chapters before end of this year. And this year we are also planning to launch international chapters also outside of US. So இதுதான் வந்து ஒரு பெரிய achievement இந்த குரூப்புக்கு. And we are every other week we bring celebrities like you who are starting up or who have started. In the yearly first இதுவே வந்து we brought somebody and they are now கீரை கடைன்னு கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்பீங்க.
Yes.
அவங்க தான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் லான்ச் பண்ணாங்க. we are privileged and honored that அவங்க ஸ்டார்ட் அப் சிங்கம்லயும் they are now gone very
Yes.
big.
Yes.
So
Very
we have
good.
brought IT minister,
Very good.
பாண்டிச்சேரி IT minister. அதுக்கப்புறம் we have also brought Dr. Paul. அது மாதிரி
Okay.
அது இல்லாம
Okay.
லாஸ்ட் இயருக்கு we have tried to bring RBI கவர்னர். லாஸ்ட் மினிட் அவரோட ஸ்கெடியூல் ஒர்க் அவுட் ஆகல.
I see.
அதே மாதிரி ஈவெண்ட்டுக்கே வந்து we brought in ISRO chief scientist. அது மாதிரி so
Amazing.
we are also honored. Everyone is equal and important to us. அந்த வகையில without any further delay
Amazing.
we welcome you and over to Murugapan for further updates. It was pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much. It's my honor, not more than yours. Yeah.
தேங்க்யூ வாஸ். ஸோ ஆனந்த் எனக்கு எப்படி தெரியும்னா பார்ட் ஆஃப் அவர் கம்யூனிட்டி குரூப் இங்கே சென்னை குரூப்ல எனக்கு பழக்கம் எனக்கு. ஸோ அவர்கிட்ட பேசிட்டு இருந்தபோது மாதிரி ஒரு ஸ்டார்ட் அப் ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்கேன் அப்படின்னாரு. கொஞ்சம் ஃபீட்பேக்ல இருந்தால் பெட்டராக இருக்கும் அந்த ப்ராடக்ட்டுக்கு. அப்புறம் எல்லாரும் சாப்பிட்ற காஃபியில் ஒரு இனோவேஷன் பண்ணியிருக்காரு. ஸோ அதனால ஒரு கேட்சிங்காக இருந்தது. ஸோ அவரை பற்றி ஒரு சின்ன 2-3 லைன் சொல்லிடுறேன். சொல்லிட்டதுக்கப்புறம் we will go into the presentation. So Anand is an electrical engineer. He earned his bachelor's from Anna University and finished his master's in A&M, Texas. And then he worked for 17 years in the US at Intel, probably the NXP and Intersil, and these few companies. And he was more into the development of power management products, and he has a good experience in hardware related products. And he returned to Chennai last year and he founded this Kali Next Technologies. And he's thinking that Indian home appliances needs a redesign. And here he is presenting his degree pro. Thank you, Anand, for accepting, and wish the best for you.
Yeah, thank you Murugapan for the opportunity. Actually, நான் அவ்வளோவா கேட்க கூட இல்லை. It was his initiative more than mine to set this up. Thank you for that. You can see my screen, right? I can go ahead.
Yes,
you can.
Okay. So just quickly about me, என்னை பற்றி சொன்னார். நான் சென்னையில் காலேஜ் ஆஃப் இன்ஜினியரிங் கிண்டியில் படிச்சுட்டு Texas A&M is where I did my master's. I was trying to do PhD, but it was time of recession, so I kind of went into industry at that point. I had a job opportunity. Everybody like job இருக்கும்போது இப்போ விடாத நிலைமை சரியில்லை. So I ended up in the semiconductor industry. All these are different multi-billion-dollar semiconductor companies, very big. The more prominent among them is Intel, but my stint at Intel was kind of short. I spent more of the time in the other companies. So I've been a core hardware engineer all along. I like to build things, and I always had a need to do something on my own. அது என்னென்னலாம் தெரியல. அப்படியே இந்த typical corporate career was going on. And my wife Nivedita, she is also from Chennai. She worked for CTS for a bit. ASU la masters panite. She spent about 15 years in Intel in Chandler. So we spent the last 10 years plus in Chandler, Arizona. Especially during the COVID time, we felt, and we have two young kids. So, you know, the challenge is raising two kids with both of us working. The kids are sick, then it's a lockdown. Kids are home. What do we cook for them? Apo some epiphany, Mari. Okay, I could come up with ideas I can build to make life easier. So, appilenda the gradual start. Finally, we made a call 2023. Let's go back. It's unaffordable to pursue here to maintain the life. So இங்க அந்த வீடை ரெண்ட் பண்ணிட்டு we moved to Chennai to start this. So that's how we are. So the premise is the Indian appliances haven't. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, feel free to interrupt if any questions in the middle. Uh, so the premise was, you know, our own experience was lot of the appliances have remained the same. No major upgrades in Indian kitchens for decades. And especially in India now, I notice everybody eats out. Enga pathalum the Swiggy, Zomato, people have started to cook less and less. It's too tedious. I don't blame them. I blame the appliances for not keeping up with the demands of the new younger generation. Everybody is eating out. This is not a sustainable way. It will have health implications in a few years. So as a sample, some popular appliances we use. இப்போ grinder பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, it was invented in 1950s. This was the first product I wanted to do. I will show you my slide on that later, is to simplify making idli and dosa better. Because நான் தான் பண்ணுவேன் யூஎஸ்ல. So I'm like, I can simplify this, and I had a strong urge. There's no coffee maker today which brews Indian style coffee. We have a very specific style of brewing which none of the coffee makers do. Even for making snacks, it's too much manual effort on top of hot oil to do it. So we had lot of ideas we wanted to pursue. And everybody likes to get a food processor to cut vegetables, but nobody uses them. It's too much hassle to use them. They just sit idle. Everybody uses a knife. So I had a lot of ideas. So these are just some sample ideas I wanted. The first two I had working proof of concepts. The first decoction maker is what I will go to. நீங்க கேட்டீங்க வாஸ் டீ மேக்கர் மாதிரி பண்றீங்களான்னு. டீல என்ன ப்ராப்ளம்னா, you have to babysit for a very nice tea. It has to boil, the milk has to boil for like 10 minutes. அதை ஓவர்ஃப்ளோ ஆகாம அடுப்புக்கிட்டே நின்றுட்டு இருக்கணும். ஸோ ஐ பில்ட் சம்திங் வித் LiDAR sensor that actually checks if the milk is rising or not. So it's contactless. Temperature பண்ண முடியாது, ஏன்னா depending on the altitude you are in, if you're in a mountain, the milk boils at a lower temperature compared to if you're at sea level. So we cannot use temperature. So I wanted to use something contactless. So I found a cheap LiDAR sensor. It was working. So now you can make it a yogurt mode or a chai mode where it modulates the heat depending on when the milk is rising or not. So I had this working. This proof of concept I'm still working on. It's kind of on pause right now. Enakku motor, my master's was in motor drives. So I had a new motor I wanted to use which will eliminate stones in the wet grinder. So say you can think of it as like a grinderless, bladeless, stoneless, bladeless grinder. So this is my dream project. Hopefully I can get here with some success in the smaller products. And adhe motor vechittu I could think of a smart knife also. So it's like a force assisted knife. It's a vision. So even if you're pushing something hard like a beetroot, the knife will amplify the force, so the user needn't apply as much effort. That's an idea stage, but we settled on the coffee maker as the first product actually. Now, first coffee maker na photo, it was misleading, so I'm just calling it decoction maker. So why this actually? We felt it was more pressing than a milk boiler. So over 80% of Indian coffee drinkers actually like filter coffee. But if you India, the brands which are selling ready-made decoction. So they have now in India, US la vandirkanu enak theriyala. Decoction in a sachet they sell, and these guys have done like 10 crores of business, which is about 12-13 million dollars. So it showed us there is definitely a need for people to make filter coffee at home. Lot of them use instant coffee, which doesn't taste good. Ready-made decoctions also, they don't taste good. Vena the எப்பயோ பண்ணினது packetல இருக்கு. So we felt there was an opportunity here to go after. So one of the reasons is the brewing the South Indian filter coffee looks easy. Actually, it is just 2 stainless steel compartments, put coffee powder, put hot water, and you get the coffee brew. However, it is extremely inconsistent. So if you brew it with the fan on versus the fan off, the taste will be different actually, because it cools faster with the fan. It's extremely sensitive and very few people get it right. And even those houses, ஒரு நாள் coffee நல்லா இருக்கும், அடுத்த நாள் taste நல்லா இருக்காது. It's a common problem, and people don't want to have bad coffee when they wake up, so they just go instant coffee or buy ready-made decoction. And there are so many types of coffee makers in the market, but none of them actually brew South Indian style. Most of the Western inspired coffee makers, the electric coffee makers, are fast brew techniques. Number South Indian style is the only one which is a slow brew technique. It needs a certain amount of time to brew to give you a strong decoction which is mixed with milk. So it's highly sensitive to the water temperature, the flow rate, and the time. And none of the existing coffee machines are designed for this. So we reviewed patents and everything. So we definitely found a gap that we could go after. So this is the product. And I have a 3D printed version, as Murugappan rightly noticed in the camera. It was not intentional. So what the USP is as anybody, it removes the art out of making filter coffee. Filter coffee is considered an art, making it. So we want to remove the art so anybody and everybody can have it actually. And it's more economical than instant coffee also, if you're able to brew your own coffee. And we have figured out an algorithm wherein the temperature, the water flow, everything is controlled. So it brews a very, very strong decoction, extracting the right essence from the coffee beans. இப்போ நீங்க, for example, boiling water விட்டீங்கன்னா, it actually burns, which most people do, which it burns the beans. So கொஞ்சம் கசப்பு வரும். The கசப்பு you don't like. But if it's below boiling point, you get a much more fuller extraction. So it's a closed loop system. We are able to control the water and give you a very nice solid extraction. And we made it like with a touch panel here with a color display, and it looks like no other coffee maker. So we got inspired from the stainless steel filter, but built a modern system around it. And one of the questions is, oh, does it brew faster? It doesn't brew faster than the traditional, because pasta paninona and the correct flavor varadu. So to overcome that, we just have a timer, so you can put the water, put the coffee beans, coffee powder, set a timer, okay, give it to me, keep it ready at 6 a.m. in the morning. So when you wake up, it's there, you don't have to wait. And we did some blind tests. I live in a flats with 650, a complex with 650 flats. So I blind tested some brewed using this versus brewed using the manual versus also the instant. And clearly they said that the coffee, this was very flavorful. The aroma was nice. So we felt, okay, yeah, I think we do have, we are on to something. So we are decided to move on. So if nothing at all from the meeting for the attendees, one thing I will leave you with is a simple way for you to brew excellent coffee at home. So all you need is the stainless steel filter. So typically என்ன பண்ணோம்னா, அந்த top chamberல ஒரு few spoons coffee powder போடுவோம். It's not very precise. சில time 4 spoon போடுவோம், சில time 3 spoon போடுவோம். That's one reason for the inconsistency. And பண்ணிட்டு ஒரு approximator, we just fill the rest of the compartment with boiling water. So that's another consistency, because the temperature is usually not correct. And also you add variable amount of water every day. Then we wait to drip. what we are doing is we start with a consistent amount of coffee powder. So the filter will have a marking. We say fill coffee up to that. That's about 30 grams. It's good depending on your cup size. But US coffee mug na maybe 4, but Indian and the stainless steel tumbler na it's about 6 cup. And water. What we do is maintain the water at 93 degrees. There are a lot of publications, a lot of high-end 5-star chef. They recommend this temperature for brewing coffee. It's the one which extracts the ideal amount of nutrients and flavor from the coffee beans. So இது நம்ம வீட்டில் பண்ணணும்னா கொதிக்க விட்டுட்டு ஒரு 1 minute வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு ஒரு 45 seconds வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு விட்டோம்னா it'll be approximately 93 degrees. This is a key phase. It's called blooming. Blooming is where you add equal weight of water and wait for 1 minute. What it does is, number coffee actually roast and grind பண்ணும்போது, each of those granules gets coated with carbon dioxide. It's carbon dioxide is trapped between the coffee beans, between the coffee granules. So நம்ம டைரக்டா தண்ணி விடும்போது என்ன ஆகும்னா, the carbon dioxide molecules prevent the water from reaching the coffee beans entirely. But when we bloom it, that is soak it in water, so ஒரு மாதிரி ஊற வச்சிட்டு, it releases all the carbon dioxide. So next, when we add the coffee in timed intervals, மொத்தமா திருப்பி விடாம ஒரு every 45 seconds keep adding another 30 ml of water. That's the algorithm we figured gives an amazing extraction. We did some chemical analysis also, and the resulting ppm level of the decoction of the manual method versus the more granular method, we found the ppm was higher in the latter, which shows that it's more effective in extracting the nutrients. So you can try this just manually at home. I'm sure your coffee will be very popular in your circles. So as such, in product development, we were convinced with the market research there's a gap. We came up with what, not how. Innala features veno, inna problem veno. Aprama, I've architected much more complicated system. So this was not difficult. Is to develop the system architecture. Then on the different components of the system ko over circuit or so display ko circuit, heating control ko circuit, temperature sensor, adella integrate panni. The challenge is to find products you can order, can come up with products you cannot order. So the availability path the design பண்ணிட்டு, this is called a breadboard. நீங்க college first year electronics circuit you may have used something. It's just to validate. So this was my first actually proof of concept. I used an LCD screen with some buttons here. I used a glass jar. இது வந்து heating coil, இது pump. So it took maybe 2-3 months to develop this, mainly waiting for hardware to come to you. And இதை வச்சுதான், இதோட அவுட்புட் வச்சுதான் I gave it to my flat people for feedback, whether it's actually anything different. And the overwhelming feedback was, yes, it's better. I didn't tell them what I was doing. I just said, hey, இந்த காஃபி குடிச்சிட்டு நடுவில் ஒரு சமோசா சாப்பிட்டுட்டு இன்னொரு காஃபி குடிச்சிட்டு எது பெட்டரா இருக்குன்னு கொஞ்சம் சொல்லுங்கன்னு I sampled several people. So அது முடிச்சிட்டு I formalized this into a PCB. So this is all self-designed. PCB design பண்ணிட்டு I am not a mechanical engineer. We found a very good industrial designer who actually designed everything, integrating. He understood what we were after. So this is the 3D printed part that you have. So in terms, I hope you can see the video. So இங்க மேல டாப் கம்பார்ட்மெண்ட்ல தண்ணி விட்டுட்டு it's a touch pad. So the vector you can select whether you want to brew later or brew now, or hot water can be used for tea bags. So நீங்க கீழே tea bag வச்சீங்கன்னா, or if you just want hot water you can use it. So brew now போட்டுட்டீங்கன்னா, so it heats it to the right temperature, and as I said, it dispenses it in small quantity. We are making some modifications here, so it's more like a fountain instead of a stream that is ongoing. இப்போ நான் இதை வந்து I plan to give it to a few people. Like I was telling before the call started, I have a 3D printer, so I'm planning to build like 5 or 6 3D printed units, give it to people for feedback. The main output I want is, yes, the coffee is excellent. Then comes the UX and stuff which we can improve on. So on the validation முடிச்சிட்டு, where we are right now is trying to figure out how we can get it to market and sell. ஸோ இந்தியாவில் வந்து செல் பண்ணுறதுக்கு அந்த ISI stamping is needed. I cannot sell an appliance connected to the mains without an ISI stamping. But for ISI stamping, they need a factory apparently, which I don't have. So I'm trying to navigate, okay, is there a factory I can use to assemble 3D printed units? Assembly இருந்தா போறோம் factoryல. And the factory has to be certified, then the product has to be certified. So that's what I'm trying to navigate, because the main complexity in manufacturing for me is the plastics actually. The 3D print plastic பண்ணும்போது ஒரு unit print பண்ணறதுக்கு it's about 1,000 odd rupees to pay for the filaments which actually print the plastic. Idena injection molding, which is the plastic manufacturing process, ponona, the cost reduces to about 200 rupees. So per unit. So it's a significant reduction in the cost of the product itself. However, adukku vandu the tooling, I need to spend about 50 lakhs for tooling. So which I don't mind. However, I want to validate the product before investing that money. So what I'm trying to do is sell 3D printed units, get the certifications and sell 3D printed units. And if there's good referral, good feedback, it gives us the confidence to go ahead with the next step of investing the next amount and other for subsequent investments for marketing and so on and launch. So my goal is by the end of this year, try to sell about 100 units. Maybe they could be 3D printed, or so that's kind of where you can see maybe I'm a bit uncertain. That's a puzzle I'm trying to solve right now. So in terms of parts, pathina, there are about, I left one, there are about 8 different plastics that make up the design. This is the work done by the industrial designer. இப்போ உள்ளுக்குள்ளன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா it's kind of a rendering of what's inside. So inside there is a reservoir to heat the water. இது வந்து heating coil. அதுக்குள்ள multiple sensors இருக்கும். இதெல்லாம் metal parts are highlighted in the slide, and you have a top chamber where we add the coffee powder, bottom chamber where the decoction is collected. And there's a pump to pump the water. So the temperature sensor goes to the microcontroller board here. There's a microcontroller which is like the brain of the whole appliance. அது எல்லாம் monitor பண்ணிட்டு it controls the flow of the water through the pump. And இதுக்கு மேல இன்னொரு PCB இருக்கு, which is the touch PCB here. And இது வந்து water inlet. So water இது வழியா user விடுறது வந்து இங்க ஒரு silicone tube வழியா இங்க இந்த reservoirக்கு வரும். அப்புறம் இங்கேருந்து there's one more silicone tube to take it out via the pump, and from the pump out here. And there's so many screws to hold the whole thing together. So these two, the first PCB is the touch PCB, and second one, all the components are not shown here, but in the microcontroller and lot of power supplies. This is the heater control switch to control the heater on and off based on the temperature. Either off the shelf, I'm just buying. It's not worth redesigning basically. Where electrical components in பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு heating coil இருக்கு, immersion heating, temperature sensors இருக்கு, water level sensor இருக்கு. ஏன்னா the heater cannot be on if there is not water. It's a risk actually. Thermostat is for protection, and it's mandatory if we were to sell the coffee maker in the US. So it's not mandatory in India, but I'm just putting it anyway. It's good to have. So if there is any failure of the sensor, for example, sensor, if it's telling the temperature lower than what it is actually, the heater may burn. So this cuts it off. There's another fuse for any electrical shorts, and this is a pump which is used to pump the water, and a bunch of cables and tubes to all bring the whole system together. Any questions so far before I go ahead? Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
Sethupathi, Anand,
Yeah.
Sethupathi from Atlanta.
Hello.
First of all, blown away with your details. Unbelievable and amazing innovation
Thank you.
for a clear need. So I understand this the whole process எப்படி இது system work ஆகுதுன்றதுல பட் காஃபி பீன்ஸோட தானே காஃபியோட டேஸ்ட் டிட்டர்மைன் பண்ணுது இல்லையா? இது இந்த இது எவ்வளவு தூரம் நமக்கு
So actually one common Yaro, I'm hearing an echo. Okay. One common thing that happens in most households, maybe adalenda varenga nanikiren, I will try to state it. Tell me if I'm wrong, Sethupathi. Number first coffee வீட்ல போடுவாங்க. அது யூஷுவலா அவ்வளோ டேஸ்ட் இல்லைன்னா they will change the coffee brand. ஓ அந்த பிராண்ட் சரியில்லை, லெட்ஸ் ட்ரை நரசூஸ். ஓகே நரசூஸ் சரியில்லை, டாட்டால போட்டிருக்காங்க, அதை ட்ரை பண்ணலான்னு we actually change the coffee brand and hope it brews better coffee. But actually one primary reason is going back to the inconsistency of the brewing. The brewing process நம்ம மேனுவலா பண்ணும்போது it is more impactful on the taste than the coffee beans themselves. So each family has their preference usually for a coffee brand. நாங்கள் அந்த தெருவில் இருக்கிற கடையில் தான் நாங்கள் வாங்குவோம். சம் பீப்புள் ஈவன் கொரியர் இட், அங்கேருந்து யூஎஸ்க்குலாம் கொரியர் பண்ணுவாங்க அந்த காஃபி பவுடர் தான். ஸோ இட் இஸ் அப் டு, ஐ டோன்ட் வாண்ட் டு கண்ட்ரோல் what coffee powder everybody uses. It's up to them and they can play around, experiment with it. What I'm trying to do is, if you have any X coffee brand with Arabica, Robusta, they are the primary two coffee beans actually. One is more nutty, one is more bitter. So it depends. In a சில பேர் சொல்லுவாங்க எனக்கு 50-20 Arabica இது 30 chicory powder. Everybody has their preference for. What I'm saying is any brand of coffee you use, if you follow this algorithm, it will give you a very, very consistent, more flavorful coffee than if you were to do it yourself with a manual filter. So I hope I understood and answered your question. Illana sollunga.
இல்ல good தான்.
Yeah, okay.
chicory பத்தி சொன்னீங்க. chicory we can also mix chicory with this.
Yeah. So இதுல இந்த உங்களுக்கு இந்த ஃபில்டர் தெரியும்ல. ஸோ இது டாப் கம்பார்ட்மெண்ட்ல யூ புட் எனி காஃபி of your liking. Some people do 80-20, 60-40, 70. Everybody has their preference actually. Coffee drinking. So இது இப்போ என் டிசைன் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அதோட வெரி சிமிலர் தான். ஸோ இந்த டாப் கம்பார்ட்மெண்ட்ல you still put your desired choice of coffee. ஓகேங்களா? And it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
And
நம்ம
bottom
ஊர்ல எல்லாம் போனோம்னா they have a மிஷின் வச்சிருப்பாங்க. நம்ம சிக்கரி லெவல் சொன்னோம்னா அதுக்கு தகுந்த மாதிரி
மிக்ஸ் பண்ணி கொடுப்பாங்க. யா நீங்க அதையே யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். இன்ஃபேக்ட் நான் இந்த ஸ்லைட்ல போடல. ஒன் அதர் convenience we want to add is offer some brands in a coffee pod மாதிரி ஒரு மாதிரி இந்த டீ பேக் மெட்டீரியல்ல we want to give some coffee powder. ஏன்னா the next generation they're looking for things to make more easier. So measured amount of coffee powder from different brands we want to offer. Hopefully it's a success and the brands work with us. That it goes in. So ready-made உனக்கு 50-70-30 in the pod வாங்கிக்கோ, 80-20 in the pod வாங்கிக்கோ, அப்படியே போட்டுட்டு you can just use. So I'm not limiting the coffee powder anybody uses. Oops.
Okay. இன்னொரு question, வைல்டான ஒரு question. என்ன அப்படின்னா if I go and buy a coffee powder, whatever the chicory level நமக்கு வேணுங்கிற மாதிரி ஒரு desired flavor, நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி ஒவ்வொருத்தருக்கும் ஒரு டிமாண்ட் இருக்கும்.
ஆமா.
I buy it from and then use our நம்ம காஃபி ஃபில்டர்ல பண்றதுக்கும் உங்க மிஷின்ல பண்றதுக்கும் என்ன வித்தியாசம்? Why do I go with you?
Yeah. So that's the thing. நம்ம மேனுவலா பண்ணலாம், பட் அது இட்ஸ் அன் ஆர்ட் ஆக்சுவலி. ஒரு நாள் நல்லா வரும், ஒரு நாள் சுமாரா வரும் ஆக்சுவலி. அது நம்ம மோஸ்ட்லி காஃபி பிளேம் பண்ணுவோம், பட் இட்ஸ் டு அது நீங்க டு யூ அக்ரி லைக் ஒன் டே த காஃபி டேஸ்ட் குட் ஆர் யூ கோ டு ஒன் பர்சன்ஸ் ஹவுஸ் யூ சே ஓ உங்க வீட்ல காஃபி சூப்பரா இருக்கு, என்ன பண்ணீங்க இஸ் did you agree with my assumption that you have inconsistency when we brew it at home?
Yeah, that's
That's correct.
true. That's true.
Yeah, so that's the primary thing we are trying to eliminate actually. So என்ன ஆகும்னா ஒரு நாள் நல்லா இருக்காதுன்னு காஃபி பிராண்டை மாற்றுவோம். நம்ம ஆக்சுவலி பண்ணின விதத்தை மாற்றுறதுக்கு பதிலாக பிராண்டை மாற்றி ட்ரை பண்ணுவோம். that's how most people work actually. பட் நீங்கள் காஃபி பொடியை மாற்றாமல் மெத்தடை மாற்றினீங்கன்னா, இன்ஃபேக்ட் நீங்கள் வீட்டுக்கு போய் இந்த மெத்தட் யூ ஜஸ்ட் let water boil, let it cool down for 45 seconds, pour a little bit, wait for some time, pour little bit more, you have to heat the water again, just keep bringing the temperature to about 45 seconds down from boiling பண்ணுங்க, எக்ஸலண்டா வரும். You will not have a
Okay.
bad day with coffee, but it's too
So
tedious to do it every day. Yeah.
ஆமா, இப்ப நம்ம வீட்ல எல்லாம் 2வது காப்பின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. பேசிக்கலா என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, அந்த
Yes,
ஃபில்டரை யூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு they don't throw it away, right?
correct.
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் காஃபி ஃபில்டர் பண்ணக்குள்ள நல்லா இருக்கும், 2வது காஃபி
Correct.
பண்ணக்குள்ள நமக்கு கஷ்டமா இருக்கும். So can we do that second as well in your thing?
Yeah, so my hypothesis, you don't need to do that actually. ஏன்னா உங்களுக்கு நான் I compared the ppm levels of the decoction resulting in the manual method versus our method. The ppm content was about 15% higher in our method, which means it was successful in extracting 15% more of the nutrients. So உங்களுக்கு மேபி கம்மி காஃபி பவுடர்லேயே யூ வில் கெட் த சேம் ஸ்ட்ரென்த் ஆஃப் காஃபி தட் நீங்கள் செகண்ட் டைம் போட்டிங்கன்னா அது மோர் லைட்டராக தான் வரும். யூ மே நாட் லைக் இட் ஸோ மச். The first timeலயே if we are able to extract most of the essence, is not much left for the second time. But உங்களுக்கு if somebody wants to do it, they can definitely do it. The machine doesn't know whether it's old coffee or new coffee. Yeah.
ஆனந்த், ரொம்ப நன்றி. ஸோ அமெரிக்கன் மென்ஸுக்குன்னு ஒரு முக்கியமான வேலை இருக்கு எங்களுக்கு. ஈவினிங் ஆனா பாத்திரங்கள் வருது. ஸோ உங்களுடைய காஃபி மேக்கர்ல கிளீனிங் ப்ராசஸ் ஏதாவது வச்சிருக்கீங்களா?
So the coffee maker, good question. So naga what cleaning and pathina, it's only these two, sir. So top and bottom. Sorry, and again. ஏன்னா நானும் அங்க நான் தான் டிஷ் வாஷர் போடுவேன். So I'm just laughing. இங்க வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பண்ணது மெய்ட வாங்கி மெய்ட வச்சிட்டோம். So both, it has not been tested right now, but both we plan to be dishwasher safe. So both of these, you just toss it in the dishwasher. There's nothing else to clean. Yeah, it's just two stainless steel. Yeah. So we are still trying to find the vendor for the double walled thing that can be dishwasher safe. Illana, it's a simple part. There's not much sticky. You may have to just do it manually. Others still we are figuring it out actually.
Thank you, Anand. Same blade அப்படின்ற மாதிரி. Okay. So anyone has any other questions or we can continue with the discussion?
ஒரே ஒரு क्वेश्चन, நான் அறிவுச்செல்வி பேசுறேன். நீங்க வந்து இவ்ளோ அனாலிசிஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கிறதுனால நான் இந்த கேள்வி கேட்கிறேன். ரேஷியோ ஆஃப் மில்க் டு காஃபி அதையும் சேர்த்து சொல்வீங்களா, இல்ல will the machine mix the milk also?
No, so the machine won't mix the milk, madam. So the machine only gives the decoction. It doesn't. நாங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட் மில்க்கையும் பண்ணலாமான்னு யோசிச்சோம், but there were lot of hygiene hassles. இப்போ cleaning கேட்டாரு, because once you are trying to dispense milk and how do you clean the piping for that, we were like, okay, let's not get there right now. So all it will give you is decoction. It's up to the user evlo strength venumo, they have to mix the milk. Now milk boiler no product, we have a proof of concept, that's the next in pipeline, but that'll be a separate thing which just boils the milk without overflowing, but again the user will have to mix the ratio they want.
Health side எதாவது அனாலிசிஸ் பண்ணிருக்கீங்களா? How much is healthy, how much is not healthy, எவ்வளோ cups
How
ஒரு
much
நாளைக்கு அந்த
is
மாதிரி?
so? There is a lot of research now showing about 4 cups of black coffee is very, very healthy, especially for the liver, reducing fatty liver. It's proven literature. 4 cups of black coffee for the optimum benefit. However, milk is not very healthy. It has a lot of, you need it in some amount, but in 4 mugs of, nobody maybe even can drink 4 mugs of coffee with milk. So milk, you have to decide on your own health preference. It's not the healthier component, but the coffee itself is very healthy. There are publications.
Thank you, Anand. Because South
Okay.
Indian coffee cannot be the South Indian coffee without the milk, right?
Without the milk, so exactly. But usually people வந்து சின்ன டம்ளர்ல தான் குடிப்பாங்க. அந்த மாதிரி 2-3 வாட்டி குடிச்சா is nothing going to happen. Yeah.
Thank you, Anand.
You're welcome. So in terms of market and பார்த்தோம்னா, one common misconception, or maybe the trends have changed, is coffee is a South Indian thing. This is the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. They did a detailed survey on coffee consumption habits in India. This is from, so in 2012, it was more of a South Indian thing, especially Tamil Nadu and Karnataka have a lot of coffee drinkers. But with the increasing Starbucks, cafe culture, in general, there's a trend that coffee is also expanding beyond South India. Maybe got to do with more rupees in people's wallet. Coffee is more expensive than tea. So in the chart, so for example, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, they estimate about more than 20% households have coffee consumption. And the yellow is less than 6% coffee consumption. So now go over state-wise number of households in a state, assuming greater than 20%, we assumed it as 20%, not 30 or 40, 20% vechittu. We estimated there are at least 22 million coffee drinking households in India. So with an average selling price of a unit at 5,000 odd rupees, it was a huge TAM of over $1 billion. அதுல வந்து okay, நம்ம South India மட்டும் initially, even if we focus, it's more than 50%. We just assumed 50%. It's about 10 odd million filter coffee drinking households in India, which is again a significant dollar amount at this ASP. So our goal is to reach at least 5% of that in the next 5 years. This is kind of year 0. Hopefully by the end of the year, we are able to launch the product. In the 5 years, we want to capture at least 5% of the SAM and hopefully grow from there. Then I mentioned coffee pods. It could be an additional revenue stream if you are able to convert, say, 10% of the buyers to also subscribe to coffee pods. It could be another significant but consistent revenue stream for us. So go-to-market plan in Padakina is very organic. So the problem with hardware is it's very, very expensive to make mistakes. So now for 1,000 units manufacture pannalam, but adu onnula bug irundadna, it's very, very expensive to go repair, fix everything. So I want to start with a very organic growth. The first 100 units, I just want to go personally sell, people know who I'm selling to. This will be restricted to Chennai area. So if there is any issue, I can go service it or understand what's the bug. So just take it very slow. There's a big culture of stalls in apartments. Almost, like I said, naanga irukradhula or 600 flats irukku. Every month, there are a bunch of stalls put up around the apartments and people shop nicely, clothes, everything they buy here. So I just want, it's very cheap to set up, 2,000-3,000 rupees. If you pay to the apartments, you can get a stall. So I just plan to set up stalls, talk to people, take it very slow, and have, once that confidence is there, then try to scale from there through referral programs and social media marketing that would come later. And I personally think it's nobody who drinks instant coffee actually likes it. இப்போ ஹோட்டலுக்கு போயிட்டு அவங்க வந்து ஃபில்டர் காஃபின்னு ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்காக கேட்பாங்க. ஏன்னா they don't like instant coffee, வேற வழி இல்லாம they drink instant coffee. And actually for a household, it costs about 12,000 rupees if they are drinking 4 cups of instant coffee a day. Whereas if they brew their own coffee, it's less than half of that. So my initial target would be people who are drinking instant coffee today. So avangala identify panni, I just want to start growing from there. And ready-made decoction vaangravanga, they spend even more, as you can understand. So like where we are now, customer validation of the concept is done. Customer validation of the 3D printed units will happen in the next few days, actually. So அதை முடிச்சிட்டு complete testing ஒரு மாதிரி first production design finalize by end of May I have a goal. அதை முடிச்சிட்டு I have to get certifications to sell my 3D printed units to customers. So by Q3 I want to do that. By August, I want to be able to sell 3D printed units. So that's the piece of the puzzle I'm trying to figure out. Certifications, adu eppadi vaangano, factory illama, there is a way. So I'm just trying to navigate that. So that's about the coffee maker. I just maybe will, this is my last slide. I will touch upon the first product we started to work on. In fact, this was the product which motivated us to move from the US to here. Like I said, anga 15 வருஷம் நான் தான் இட்லி தோசை மாவு அரைச்சி I was done with it. I said I don't want to do that. And luckily my kids, they love idli and dosa. My daughter especially, she is 9 years old. Everywhere go, she wants idli. So we always had to have batter at home. The pressure was high. So and I wanted to come up with something like an air fryer. Mari, you pull it up, put the ingredients, push it in. It's a stoneless, bladeless grinder concept. I've just applied for a provisional patent with a new kind of motor which will grind and also ferment. And so you put it in, open it 12 hours later, you have fresh fermented batter. So no more just making batter once a week or once in 10 days. You can make it whenever you want. So this is my big product. So hopefully but இது ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணினேன், but there were a lot of bottlenecks. I figured it'll take me 2-3 years to even get a fully functional prototype ready. So I was like, okay, in the pivot பண்ணிட்டு coffee maker பண்ணிட்டு we will continue this. I'm on that path now. Yeah, that's all slides I have. Any more questions or any other feedback? This is a good time.
Thank you, Anand.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anand.
You are here, so Was spoke about it. Just to say thanks to you. Quick ask. So when did this one, you're planning to take it to market?
So
for example, buy, when can we buy?
Oh. So in US, I have a goal. So in India, I want to vet the product. Ninga kekarda, I assume in the US, right?
US, right. Yes.
So my original target was Thanksgiving of 2025. I will have it available in the US, but adu konjam delayed ஆயிருக்கு. ஏன்னா I assumed an easy path through certifications and all that, but that is my bottleneck right now. So it may come to Q2 of next year, actually. In a US, it needs a bunch of other certifications also. India, there's only one certification. US, there is more compliance needs, actually. So, எனக்கு மெயினா அதுதான் bottleneck. Yeah, but நீங்க இந்தியா வந்துட்டு வாங்கிட்டு போலாம். The same appliance will work in the US.
It's available now, இப்போதைக்கு currently in market?
இல்ல. No. I just have 3D printed units now.
Okay.
So அதுக்கே எனக்கு வந்து it'll be end of the year for me to sell in India.
Okay.
Anand, the reason why Yuva is asking is Yuva is in Coimbatore on a trip. அதனால நீங்க
ஓகே
எஸ்ன்னு
ஓகே. ஓ
சொன்னீங்கன்னா
இப்போ
உடனே
வாங்கிட்டு
பிக்கப்
ஏதாவது இருந்தா வாங்கிட்டு வந்துடலாமா அப்படின்னு நினைச்சேன்.
ஓ ஐ சி
பாஸ் யுவா கேக்குற டோனை பாத்தீங்கன்னா காஃபி போட்டு மாறல எனக்கு ஒரு மிஷினை கொடுப்பா
ஆமா
அப்படின்ற மாதிரி
கரெக்ட்.
கேட்டாரு.
I will definitely ship you one at the earliest.
Sure. Thank you so much. So Anand, Guru here. So your product will support both the electrical compatibility of
Yes,
US
yes,
and
yes.
India, right? Very
Yes,
good.
yes. Yeah, yeah. So the only it's in the heating coil mattum change agum actually. The rest of it works on low voltage inside. The heating coil is the only one connected to the utility. So adu mantu இதே heating coil US la use பண்ணோம்னா it will heat up slower, but I have 2 versions of this, so I can just change it and make it the US version. Yeah. I've already designed it for all the compliance for the US also. US la வந்து the EMC, FCC, CE, UL certification நிறைய இருக்கு. அது எல்லாமே it's been designed for all that. It is a matter of paying and getting the certifications. Yeah. Go ahead,
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah, and there was another question. So MSRP is for India price, right?
Yeah, correct. So MSRP is I plan to do around 10,000. Okay, as the labeled MSRP. Start with the discount. Initially, offer it around 6,000. ஏன்னா எனக்கு என்ன price pay பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா it's an experiment actually. So I want to start with a 40% discount. Start at 6,000 rupees. And then depending on I have like my bill of material cost, including packaging, will be around 2,200 rupees. So I have some room with the pricing. So 6,000 la start பண்ணிட்டு I will see, modulate the pricing based on the feedback.
Got it. And who do you think is your closest competition?
So closest competition, nobody I have seen is working on a coffee maker actually. However, in the Venkatesh Bhatt, he's a chef in YouTube. He has now, he is partnered with Butterfly to come up with some innovations in the kitchen space. None of the other players, they are doing any innovation. அவங்க தான் இப்போ கொஞ்ச நாள் முன்னாடி the dosa printer you may have all, it went viral. So they are coming up with some innovations, but we have patented the method, but I don't know if somebody breaches, we are not in a position to go fight it legally and all, but we do have a patent for the apparatus and the algorithm. And the algorithm, we added all the knobs in our patent also. It's a full patent, not a provisional. So we do have that, but coffee maker competition, but on the in general, the industry, at least they have the intent, the Venkatesh, but VB Days, they have a company, they have the intent to innovate in the space. So they may, we may run into them eventually.
Okay.
You are planning to focus only coffee machine, or you have a general all the appliances like
இல்ல sir, my vision is, my vision, actually நிறைய product list இருக்கு. நான் just ஒரு sample மட்டும் தான் போட்டிருக்கேன். So the next may be a milk boiler / tea maker. This will be the product with the most innovation, which is a fully automatic wet grinder. If it happens, it will be very nice. அதுக்கப்புறம் like a food processor that actually people can use. I want to do this. Could have a worldwide market if we can simplify cutting and chopping vegetables. Those are all involving more R&D. So those are all idea stages. So even நம்ம இப்போ வீட்டில் ரசம் சாம்பார் எதா பண்றோம்னா அந்த புளி கரைக்கிறோம்ல, that is also, there are simple ways to automate that. That is அதை எவன்டா புளிய கரைக்கிறதுன்னு நினச்சிட்டே we skip making rasam or sambar. Actually, it's a bottleneck. So அதுக்கும் I have some ideas. I didn't put all of them. So we are starting with this. Then we will see. Our goal is to have like a complete suite of modern engineered appliances that remove chores from the kitchen. So cooking, people enjoy it rather than getting bogged down thinking of them as chores. Yeah.
That include commercial, right? So for a restaurant பண்ற மாதிரியா இல்ல நீங்க only household?
இப்போதைக்கு my thinking is kind of short term, sir, frankly. இப்போதைக்கு the execute பண்ணிட்டு, we will see where the path takes, it's a bit open-ended, actually. In fact, in college junior ஒருத்தன், he is heading Reflex Capital, their VC firm they are heading. He's heading, and they have plans to acquire in the cafe coffee day. They have you must have heard, the guy committed suicide.
Yes,
You may
yes.
have seen in the news, and his wife wants to apparently now sell the company, and his company is planning to buy it. And he was telling me, cafe coffee day menu la filter coffee irukku, but they just mix ready made and give. So he said, if your machine can work, we can put it in our. It needs to be commercialized. So there is some interest there, but I told him, okay, na ipadeki the focus panni the execute pannittu unga kitta varen. We can talk about making this work for restaurants. I have so nothing is out of the question, but we are just a 2% company with couple of industrial designers who are just doing that. So இப்போதைக்கு short term in the product launch தான் நாங்க focus பண்றோம். Then we will, depending on the bandwidth and the resources we can hire, we will expand.
Excellent. ஒரு குயிக் டைம் செக், அதுக்கப்புறம்
Yes.
So already we are at 8:58. We can
Correct.
extend few more minutes.
Sure.
வாசன், ஒரு குவிக் இன்ட்ரோ மட்டும். இவரு ரகு from வாஸ் இன்சூரன்ஸ் is here. Anybody else from sponsor we can introduce quickly, Vasan?
Yeah, please. Raghu, welcome to the meeting.
Sure. Thanks, everyone. என் பேர் ரகு. I'm from Chennai. I just recently joined WAS along with helping Vignesh. And as some of you may know that we are in the insurance space, providing insurance solutions to businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, high net worth individuals. And we are locally based in Dallas, Texas, but we serve nationwide. We also offer employee benefit solutions and commercial insurance. Happy to be of service, to all the team members. I recently joined WAS, and you will see me in other events and meetings soon. Thank you for the opportunity to introduce myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Raghu. See, to talk about WAS, right? We are actually, I'm based out of Dallas,
Yes.
In any Tamil community events, WAS is our primary sponsors. So, and it's
Nice.
kind of, they are also very philanthropic in nature to step in and help Tamil community. So, thank you, Raghu and team.
Yeah.
And do we have
Thanks,
any other sponsors? WAS?
ICICI invited them, ICICI and Ganesh also. If they are there, we can briefly talk.
Yeah, I think I don't
So,
see them.
Anand, வாசன் சொன்னது நான் கிடையாது. We have a
தெரியும், the
sponsor.
VOSS.
VOS.
பார்த்தேன்.
Flyerல இருக்குல்ல.
அதனால அவர் he is very, very generous, very young.
Amazing.
He just, we moved him from bachelorhood to married person just
okay.
a few months back.
I
So
see.
he is very, very attached to all the people in the Tamil community. நம்மளது மட்டும் இல்ல, எங்க எது கேட்டாலும் very, very generous heart. So we also
Amazing.
encourage all our team members to give a chance to Vignesh, who has been our strong supporter for teams for the past 2 years, and he's committed for multiple years. He has signed up a multi-year contract with us. So all the teams members, please give him a first opportunity before you decide anything else. Yeah, over to you, Nivasan.
Yeah. So now, I think we have covered enough question. Any last question? Anyone wants to ask anything? Any last question?
I have one question, was.
எங்க நிர்மல காணமேன்னு பார்த்தேன்.
Yeah. So, Anand, great session. So, first of all, இது questionங்கிறதோட ஒரு சஜஷனா நான் யோசிக்கிறேன்.
Yeah, definitely.
So, இப்போ lot of things in the home appliancesலாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, they are like, Wi-Fi connected and, voice enabled. Right?
Yes.
So, இப்போ நம்ம இதில் போய் மேனுவலாக ஒரு டைமரை செட் பண்ணி, ஏன்னா the process time taking-ன்றதுனால.
Correct.
So, why don't you also, include an app or, voice-based thing, like, hey, make my coffee or something. Hey, Google, hey, Alexa,
Yes. Yes.
prepare my coffee at 7 o'clock, something like that. you can integrate, that will be an added value-ன்றது என்னோட ஒரு thought. And இன்னொரு
Yeah, definitely.
வந்து like see, I'm a very good coffee lover. Okay, so நான் இங்க இருந்து I live in Houston, Texas, so I go to like some 20 minutes drive, I go to a place where a Calcutta based restaurant, they sell Kumbakonam degree coffee, which is a very big hit there. Okay, so though they are like Calcutta based restaurant, their Kumbakonam degree coffee is like pretty hit, and they give that authentic taste.
Very good.
ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி சில பேர் கமர்ஷியலாகவும் ப்ராடக்டை வந்து கொடுத்துட்டு இருக்காங்க. நான் வந்து வீட்டில் இருக்கும்போது என்னோட ரெகுலர் காஃபி மேக்கரில், ஏன்னா என்கிட்ட வந்து ஒரு ஒரு டிஸ்பென்சர் இருக்கு, வேற ஐ ஹேவ் ஹாட் வாட்டர், கோல்ட் வாட்டர் அண்ட் ஆல்சோ காஃபி மேக்கர் ஆன் இட். ஸோ அதில் நம்ம ஊரோட காஃபி பவுடர் போட்டு நான் ட்ரை பண்ணியிருக்கேன். நீங்கள் சொன்ன மாதிரி அந்த டேஸ்ட் வேரி ஆகும். பட் ஆனால் இதை எதுக்கு கொண்டு வந்தேன் அப்படின்னா, சில ரெஸ்டாரண்ட்ஸ்ல அந்த ஆத்தென்டிக்கான ஸ்டைல்ஸ் கொடுக்குறாங்க. அது எப்படி கொடுக்குறாங்க? They also make it through a machine. I saw that
Yeah, they have a restaurant machine. Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that is one
thing. Definitely.
Going on a retail only for customer based. But my suggestion is like engaging the voice over or app.
Yeah, definitely. It is in the plan, Nirmal, actually. Everything can be the same. The microcontroller board but that redesign we have not done. It increases the BOM cost by around $7 to $8. So that's why we are holding off. Okay, first the bare minimum MVP, whether we are able to sell, then those features we can add, and we are on that path.
Yeah, and also one more thought I had. Like நீங்க இப்ப இந்த 3D printer யூஸ் பண்ணி தான் மாடல்ஸ் பண்றீங்களா? உங்களோட MVP எல்லாமே அதுல தான் இருக்க போகுது.
ஆமா.
The chemical which is used, ஏன்னா இப்ப என்னோட ரீசனா என் பையனோட ஸ்கூலுக்கு அவனோட 3D printerக்காக நான் அந்த what do you get, the filament, right? I ordered that.
Correct.
So, I don't know if those materials are safe enough to start heating the product here.
Wonderful question. So the hot water doesn't contact the plastic. However, it's all through the food grade silicone tube and metals. However, we have used ABS plastic, is the food safe plastic actually. Adliye filament kadikkum. It's a little more expensive than the PLA plastic, which is the default that 3D printers use. So நான் யூஸ் பண்ணிருக்கிறது எல்லாமே ABS because of the heat கொஞ்சம் பெட்டரா withstand பண்ணும். So that way I don't have concerns actually. Yeah.
Okay, just like தோணுச்சனா கேட்டேன்.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Cleaning-கோ நீங்க சொன்னீங்க அந்த ஒரு அந்த பாட் நம்ம இது ஃபில்டர் பண்றது மட்டும் நம்ம எடுத்து க்ளீன் பண்ணிக்கலாம் சொல்றோம். பட் ஆனா அந்த வாட்டர் ஸ்டோரேஜ் இருக்கு இல்லையா? அதுக்கு நம்ம க்ளீனிங்க்கு வந்து
good question. So every time it flushes the water out. So there is no water remaining inside. However, or every few months, we will recommend running through a cycle of vinegar. The salt deposits, it will clean the whole cycle, which most coffee makers actually do in the Keurig, everything. They will say, hey, run it through a cycle of vinegar to clean up so that's the same thing we will be doing. But after every cycle, the water gets flushed out completely from the machine.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you, Nirmal. Amazing questions. So, anyone else? Any questions? Otherwise, we'll move on to thank you notes.
Anand, ஒரே ஒரு அந்த இட்லி மேக்கர்ல USB-C யூஸ் பண்றோம் அப்படின்னு போட்டீங்க. அதே மாதிரி இதுலயும் அத பண்ண முடியாதா?
இல்ல இதுல முடியாது unfortunately. The heating coil.
Okay.
Yes. And the heating coil is the thing. It's a 400 watt heating coil, and the USB-C is very few availability and the high power kadikadu.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you, Anand. So, Yuva, you would like to add some point? Yuva is one of the co-founder of our Teams Global. He has joined.
I'm good, Vasan. Thank you so much. So very interesting actually. I think one of the highly interesting topic சமீபத்துல எங்களோட வெபினார்ல and directly useful to our life. So இது நீங்க மார்க்கெட்டுக்கு வரப்போ I think it will be joy to have this actually. So
thank you.
கண்டிப்பா it will be we'll all be love to have your product. So thank you. Looking forward and like welcoming you for our event. So sometime we'll be in the last 2 weeks of September or early October.
Definitely.
கண்டிப்பா நீங்க வாங்க. இந்த
நான் எடுத்துட்டு வரேன்.
ரெடி ஆச்சுன்னா நீங்க டெமோ பண்ணுங்க.
Yes, definitely.
ஒரு ஸ்டால் போடுங்க.
இவா இன்னொன்னு நெக்ஸ்ட் இயர் எலிவேட் 2026க்கு நம்ம மெம்பர்ஸ் எலிவேட் 2026 அட்டெண்ட் பண்ற எல்லாருக்குமே குடி பேக்லயே
கிஃப்டா கொடுத்துடலாம். ஆமா, it will reach out to mass. So
thank you.
Great forthinking, Nirmal. Wonderful. And thank you, Murugappan, for bringing. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Amazing coordination.
Very nice.
Looking forward to work together. உங்க ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் வேற யூஎஸ்ல இருந்தாலும் வாஸ் இன்சூரன்ஸ் பத்தி சொல்லுங்க. So we want to help our sponsors.
Definitely.
Working in prominent companies. He's a great human being. So nala you can introduce, because we want them to flourish. அப்பதான் அவங்க நமக்கு எல்லா தமிழ் கம்யூனிட்டிக்கும் சப்போர்ட் பண்றாங்க, தமிழ் ஆர்கனைசேஷனுக்கு. So if they are flourishing, we all be
excellent.
Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you.
Yuva. Do we have Sindhil Monovaran on call? We have another co-founder. If he's not there, yeah.
I'm good, Vasan. Good.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sindhil.
Yeah, just a word. Sindhil is key person behind the our teams, and strategy expert and financial expert in driving behind. He generally does not come to limelight. He stays behind the door and gives strategy inputs.
Yeah. So Sindhil, we can install a coffee maker in your hotels. So
Sindhil, yes, we can do that. Yes. Yeah.
Just an information. Sindhil wants multiple hotels, stay hotels like
amazing.
Marriott and all. Yeah. So we can so we can help you to promote.
Amazing.
Anand, Houston and New Mexico, Oklahoma, and the இடத்தெல்லாம் hotel.
Wow.
All big brands.
Amazing.
Yeah. So
amazing.
Thank you all. Another final reminder. We have our Elevate 2025 coming. The announcements will be made. It will be on September 26, 27 most probably. The Dallas.
A small request to Vasan. Ganapati sir edavadhu solnuna solunga. Ganapati sir.
Ganapati sir. Ganapati sir, your feedback or your comments, please.
No, it's thank you, Mr. Anand, for giving us the presentation, and also we're happy that we have one of our one of us is coming up with such an innovative products. So அது வந்து ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்கு உங்களை கேட்கறதுக்கு. சரிங்களா? So
thank you.
There is one small suggestion is that there is one center called Tansom is there in
yes, I met those people, sir, actually.
Dr. Armugam was here even today. He was here. He was this one, but he has a 3D printer and everything, and he has he normally promote such an innovative community people. So if you happen to meet him, if you
na avara meet panninadilla, I will look him up.
Looking up, I can introduce him to him. Or you can introduce him.
Yeah, that would be great.
Help for ideas from him. If you have even some problem, then he can.
Yes. On the manufacturing side, maybe he may have lot of.
He has lot of ideas, and he has a team of people who can give you help.
Oh, wonderful. I will definitely meet him.
Also, they help. They have that product development and other things.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
So, if you need any help, you may be.
Yeah, definitely. நான் அவங்கள முன்னாடியே approach பண்ணிருக்கேன். I've attended some of their presentations in person also. I will reach out to him.
Okay. That's one of the things that this one I can introduce, or you can introduce.
Okay,
him.
Sure. That would be great.
Any of our members, all the members know him very well.
Okay.
Helps
very good.
Community people very well, and he loves to hear people.
Amazing. Very good.
People who innovate. So that's one of the things that I can tell. But this is something that we love to see. At least one unit in our Elevate 2025 also.
Sure.
But all the best for you, and if you need any other help, please reach out to us.
Thank you. Definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
In fact, the Vijay
Thank you.
Startup Tamil ஒரு program வந்துட்டு இருக்கு. So where the people come with their ideas.
Correct.
Multiple investors are there. So in fact, நீங்க அதுலயுமே கூட போய் participate பண்ணலாம்.
ஆமா, அது இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் எஸ் சார், we have plans to apply for some funding and stuff, but இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் வெயிட் பண்ணணும் அந்த finished product வரதுக்கு. Yeah, but definitely. Yeah.
Ganapati sir, thanks for bringing like Arumugam sir's reference. Arumugam sir, Dr. Arumugam sir is our advisory board. He is one of our mentor. Easy to reachable person. He has a state of the art rapid prototyping, the 3D printing facilities in IIT Madras. So
நான் இவர் என்ன அண்ணா யூனிவர்சிட்டியில ப்ரொஃபஸரா இருந்தாரு?
இல்ல அவர்
இல்ல. ஓகே. ஏன்னா நான் படிக்கும்போது ஹெச்ஓடி டாக்டர் ஆறுமுகம்னு இருந்தாரு. So it's a different person.
இல்ல he is a different person, and he
okay.
company is the Transam is a joint.
It's a government
joint development of Dr. Arumugam, Tamil Nadu government, and Siemens.
Oh, okay. I will definitely reach out. Transam. I see.
The office is in Tidal Park. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. நான் ரீச் அவுட் பண்றேன் கண்டிப்பா. Thank you.
நீங்க முருகப்பன்ட்ட இருந்து வாங்கிக்கலாம்.
நான் வாங்கிக்கிறேன். நான் கான்டாக்ட் எனக்கு டான்சம்ல I know some other people. I will go through Murugapan or I will try to find his contact.
அவர்ட்ட போனீங்கன்னா he is very very forthcoming.
Wonderful. I can just meet him in person and discuss. Wonderful.
And you can refer Ganapati sir name.
Definitely.
And Ganapati sir is our past president. Last year he was a president for Philippines Club.
Okay.
And he has done an amazing job. That's why we are struggling to meet his expectations.
The pressure is on you.
Anyways, so we are already we extended for another 15 minutes. So let's move on to the thank you session. Okay, thank you notes by our team's volunteer Kanimuri. Kanimuri, the stage is yours.
Yes. வணக்கம். So our team's global bi-weekly meeting ல கலந்துட்ட அனைவருக்கும் அவர் டீம்ஸ் குளோபல் ஈவெண்ட்ஸ் அனைத்தும் சிறப்பாக நடந்துட்டு முக்கிய காரணமா இருக்க நம்மளுடைய அனைத்து ஸ்பான்சர்ஸ்க்கும் சிறப்பு விருந்தினராக கலந்து கொண்ட மிஸ்டர் ஆனந்த் பாலகிருஷ்ணன் அவர்களுக்கும் அவர் டீம்ஸ் குளோபல் சார்பாக மனமார்ந்த நன்றிகள். அது மட்டும் இல்ல, கடந்த மாதம் நம்மள கிக் ஆஃப் மீட்டிங்ல கலந்து கொண்டு சிறப்பித்த அனைத்து ஸ்பீக்கர்ஸ்க்கும் சிறப்பு விருந்தினர்கள், அவார்ட் அச்சீவர்ஸ், ஸ்பான்சர்ஸ், டிஜே, ஆங்கர், ஃபுட் கமிட்டி, பிளானிங் கமிட்டி, அது மட்டும் இல்லாமல் ஈவெண்ட்டையே என்டர்டைன்மெண்ட்டுக்கு பஞ்சம் இல்லாமல் பாட்டு பாடி மகிழ செய்த நம்மளுடைய சிங்கர் பிரபு, அப்புறம் எல்லாரையும் ஆட வச்ச நம்மளுடைய கொரியோகிராஃபர், அப்புறம் எல்லா மொமெண்ட்ஸையும் தவற விடாமல் நம்மளுடைய மெமரிஸில் ஆட் பண்ண ஃபோட்டோகிராஃபர், எல்லாருக்குமே அவர் டீம்ஸ் குளோபல் சார்பாக மனமார்ந்த நன்றிகள். தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச் எவ்ரி ஒன். தேங்க்யூ.
Thank you. Short and sweet. Thank you notes. Thank you everyone.
Thank you everybody. Good night and
have a nice day. Nice meeting you virtually.
Thank you everybody for all the feedback and all the references. So helpful.
Thank you
so much.
Amazing session. We all enjoyed.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Excellent.
முருகப்பன் ரொம்ப நன்றி.
Call you யுவாங்க. Probably I'll call you. Yeah. Thank you.
Sure. Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you so much Murugapan. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Yeah.
Thank you.